So my name is Gabriel, and I'm from Uruguay, South America, really South America. The van is a Chevy. It's a 3500 Chevy, 1992. This is my house. I built this in 3 months. I hit the road, to get here. Why I live on the road? I think the whole idea is partial because I want the freedom of be disattached of having a house and live with neighbors that I don't even know their names. I wanted to connect, to be outdoor, to be in connection with Earth, basically. I was near the big city, and I wasn't able to see the skies. And I'm a big fan of nature and skies and, stars and nature. People tell me, like, Gabe, this is like, well, you're an engineer and you're an architect, or no, I don't have none of that. I tutor myself.
So this is a perfect example of a custom built step van that a friend of mine now has made into his home on wheels, and this thing is so cool. So the premise of these things is that they are cargo vans. They're built to carry heavy loads. So however you want to build these things out, you can, because it can stand the weight of it. Many of these used to be FedEx trucks, bread trucks, refrigerated trucks, delivery trucks, whatever it might have been. These things have the space to make it feel like it's actually an apartment. This one in particular is probably the most built out step van in this little group over here. And of course these things are always a work in progress, but I do want to show you some of the more raw builds as well, the ones that haven't been built out quite as much yet because they're either in the beginning stages or they just haven't gotten the right materials yet. I do want to note here as well that these French doors that he made and installed are actually one full door. He's got one on both sides here, just like this, and it's one whole door that he cut in half and then installed as French doors. So this is the view from the outside. You can see it's got its original doors here, and then inside his French doors, he's got his bike mounted out back and a little portable shower over here. But then on top of this, he wanted to mention to me that these doors fold in, which kind of creates like a little garage for him back here. So he has storage space for all of his extra tools and things, and then it doesn't have to be cluttered inside the actual home part of it. Another really cool feature in here is his roadmap of the United States, and this is actually his countertop, but he obviously has plexiglass on top, a road map underneath, and then he's designed this to have lights. Each of these things are an individual light that he has put in himself, and he's mapping out the road trip out to the RTR, which is where we are right now. He also put in this backsplash and this magnetic strip for all his utensils, and that completes his kitchen. Above that, he has got a rough draft of everything he's been wanting to build. So he built a scale size model of this room, and he's mapped out everything that he wanted to build in here. Over here, he does have a full-size shower in here, which is absolutely wild. A lot of vans and trailers and everything, they don't have full-size anything, but he has a full-size shower. He's built it out to have like a mini tub so that obviously the water can't escape from here, and he's put in the shower curtain rod up here with a shower curtain and put in some finishing touches on the walls over here. But it does have full running water if you need to take a shower, and he of course has lined the tub at the bottom to be waterproof as well. So we'll go back outside and I'll show you some of the other builds. Also, before we leave, I have to show you his bed. So this right here is his couch where all of his guests can sit, and he has got these nice little decorations up on the wall here. But then actually, if you pull this entire thing out, it does come out to make a full-size bed. These things right here are the legs to it. So that's what supports the bed when you pull it out from the wall. That way you don't have to sleep on such a small space if you don't want to. You really can have the full-size bed just like a tiny apartment. It is luxury living on wheels. So I know people that live in apartments the same size of this in New York City and LA and they pay a ridiculous amount of rent to live in something this small. So if you can figure out a way to make every inch of space count, here's some inspiration for you. Even if it's not on the road, even if it's not in a step-up van, this is good knowledge to have here if you live in a small space, because you can do a lot more with it than you think. Now I am in another new friend of mine, step-up van, and his is new to him. So he is still in the process of making this a home, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like when, you know, it's got some bare bones to it still. And this is an exciting part of the process, is when you're trying to figure out what you're going to make everything and how it's going to turn out, versus the one that we were just in is kind of built out already. So this one is like, this is where the imagination happens. This is where the creative juices get flowing. So let me show you guys around this one.
I'm from Orlando, Florida, and this used to be a bread delivery truck in Orlando, Florida. I spent a lot of time when I first got the truck because it was in a little bit of disrepair. I got it for a really low price. I paid $3,700 for this truck. I have a bed. This was built on these 2x4s, and all the structure was kind of already here. I just cut away things I didn't want. But the idea for this build is just to do it very cheap, very easy, and make it livable and usable. So that was my idea here. I'm gonna widen this bed a little bit out because it's a little bit narrow. This is projects that are in progress. So I have LED lights. I need to rig up a bunch of stuff, and this is my battery bank. I have two 6-volt batteries. That is 190 amp hours of power. This is kind of my closet. It will not be here in the future. This will be more clothes and things like that. This is food right now, but that will move over to my kitchen area. Very simple kitchen, 1 burner stove and a masticating juicer. And I'm keeping it really simple. I want to change my diet up and really make it much more natural and healthy and all of that stuff. I have 2 computers right now. I'll be cutting that down to like 1, but you know, I have all my power here, and I wanted a place that really felt like work. So that's the whole reason for this, and I can eat meals here and do that kind of thing too. So this corner is the most finished part of my truck. It's like I have insulation behind the walls and paneling up and everything, so this is cool.
Saying what he was saying about having a full-size desk in here is really cool, because when you live a life on the road, everything turns into a miniature version of itself. You have a mini toilet, mini shower, mini fridge, everything just has to get smaller. So the fact that he could build his desk like a full-size desk, like what you would have in your home, is really cool. And that's one of the cool things about step vans in general, is that you can make your build however you want to. And that's kind of the beauty in it.
Watch me, just follow every move. Touch me, let me know you want it too. Don't have what you need, but I got what you want, babe. No, we don't have to leave.
Guys, so now I am in another friend of mine's step van, and this is Seven, also known as Seven Wanders the World. He's got a YouTube channel as well, and he's basically been a nomad his entire life. He's lived in a ton of different countries, and now half the year he wants to spend it in the United States traveling in this, and half he wants to travel the world. So I wanted to show you guys around his place, ask him a few questions, and let you guys get to know him.
I bought my step van in April of 2017, so I've been in here about 8 or 9 months now, and I'm probably about 30 or 40% done with my step van build. Probably about 2 or so years ago, I was exploring the idea of full-time RV living and looking for a solution. One of the biggest concerns I had was meeting people on the road and making friends. and I started doing research online, and I found a website where a guy named the T-Man, Giuseppe, he came up with a great solution for meeting people as he's traveling nomadically. So when he pulls into a new city, a new town, he would go down to the downtown Main Street and open up the doors of his T-bus and offer to serve tea for free to people. This allowed him to make friends super easy with a dozen people in one night. So he would find places to stay, he would find waste vegetable oil, he would find places to eat, sometimes offered meals. It immediately established a mini network of friends when he came into a city. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And even beyond that, I've always been fond of the idea of paying it forward like the movie. And so I thought this was a great way for me to share as I'm on the road, because my needs are taken care of and I can give to others and make friends immediately. So I was inspired by him a couple of years ago.
Okay guys, so that wraps up the interview and the walkthrough of everybody's rigs. These step vans are absolutely incredible, and I was thinking about sometime in the future meeting back up with Gabriel, because he built all of this from hand, and like he said, he did not have a big background in engineering or designing or building anything, but he learned and he taught himself how to do all of this. So we wanted to kind of show you guys, if you're interested, maybe a mini series on doing your own step van builds, or even if you are just living in a tiny apartment, tiny living, minimalism, making the most of your space. Let me know if you guys are interested in that, because we would love to meet back up again and do a video series on it.
We also can help you if you have a question. Seems to say that you guys have something already in mind. You have already the product, the van, and you guys having questions about it. We definitely can help you, at least to give you like a push, so you have like the basic how to do it.
So if you do have any questions at all, please feel free to send me an email or leave it in the comments down below. I'll get in touch with him and we'll make something work. And if it's just an individual question or two, I'll call him up and we can get you guys an answer, because we don't want you to be intimidated by this process. We think that everyone can live this life if they want to, and we want to encourage that. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll probably see you again soon.
Peace.